Chapter 1, The Slime's Calculated Rebirth. The sensation was familiar, yet utterly different. Not the jarring confusion of a sudden death and rebirth, but the serene calm of a deliberate return. Rimuru Tempest, the chaos creator, the great demon lord, the ultimate being, found himself once more in the form of a humble slime. The cool, damp stone of the great forest of Jura's sealed cave pressed against his gelatinous body, a sensation he hadn't truly felt in millennia. This is it, then. His internal voice, clear and unburdened by the usual complexities of his empire, resonated with a profound sense of anticipation. Master, the system initialization is complete. All memories and skills from the previous timeline are perfectly integrated. Commencing power sealing as per your request. The voice, crisp and utterly devoted, belonged to Manhwa, Ceil. She was not a separate entity speaking aloud, but an omnipresent, omniscient extension of his very being, her thoughts flowing seamlessly with his own. Her excitement, a subtle hum in his consciousness, was palpable. This was their grand experiment, their new game plus. A vast, unimaginable ocean of power, the very essence of his multiversal existence, began to recede. It wasn't a loss, but a controlled containment. Ceil, with surgical precision, compressed it, layer by layer, into a dormant core deep within his soul. The sensation was akin to an infinite cosmos collapsing into a single, perfectly ordered singularity. He felt the raw, destructive energy of Turn Null, the boundless reach of Void God Azathoth, and the countless perfected skills he had accumulated, all being meticulously tucked away. Power sealed to a stable output equivalent to a newly awakened true dragon, Master. All higher functions and reality-bending abilities are locked. Only core skills and basic evolutions will manifest naturally, unless specific, controlled bursts are authorized. Ceil's internal report was instantaneous and flawless. Rimuru mentally nodded. This was precisely the plan. To re-experience the journey, to build his nation with foresight and finesse, without simply obliterating every challenge with his overwhelming might. The fun was in the optimization, the subtle nudges, the refined leadership. He slithered forward, the familiar dimness of the cave stretching before him. Even the air felt new again, despite his memories of its countless iterations. He was heading towards a familiar presence, a colossal aura of storm and rage that had once been his first friend. Veldora, Rimuru thought, a faint ripple of amusement passing through his slime body. Let's see how much more cultured you can become this time. He found the storm dragon exactly where he remembered him, chained by the infinite imprisonment. Veldora's aura flared with frustration and boredom, just as it always had. Oh? A lowly slime? What brings you into my sealed domain? Veldora's booming voice echoed, filled with the usual mix of arrogance and loneliness. Rimuru formed a small, confident ripple. Greetings, Storm Dragon Veldora. I am Rimuru. And I've come to offer you something far more interesting than your prison. Veldora scoffed. And what could a mere slime offer a mighty true dragon? Knowledge, Rimuru replied, his internal voice calm and steady, even as Ceil prepared the data. Knowledge of worlds beyond this one. Tales of heroes, villains, and adventures that will make your 300 years of solitude feel like a blink. Before Veldora could retort, Rimuru extended a small, transparent pseudopod. Within it, a perfectly rendered, glowing image materialized, the cover of a popular shonen manga. The artwork was vibrant, depicting a determined hero facing a monstrous foe. Veldora's eyes, usually narrowed in boredom, widened almost imperceptibly. What is this? It's called manga, Rimuru explained, the concept flowing directly into Veldora's mind. Stories, drawn and told in sequence. I have an entire library of them. And if you're willing to be my friend, I can share them with you. And perhaps, I can even help you break that seal. The offer was audacious, but Rimuru's calm confidence, coupled with the sheer novelty of the manga, captivated the ancient dragon. Veldora, after a moment of internal struggle, let out a booming laugh. Quahahaha. A slime offers me friendship and stories? Very well, little one. I accept. But if these manga bore me, you shall face my wrath. Excellent, Rimuru thought, a genuine smile forming on his non-existent face. Then, Veldora, I'll need to absorb you for a while to analyze that seal. Don't worry, you'll have plenty of reading material inside. Veldora, surprisingly compliant, allowed himself to be consumed. The sensation of his massive form entering Rimuru's imaginary space was familiar, but this time, Rimuru felt the subtle, instantaneous optimization by ceil. The analysis of the infinite imprisonment began at an unprecedented speed, and Veldora's internal environment was immediately tailored for maximum comfort and manga immersion. Analysis of infinite imprisonment commencing at 1,000,000x normal speed. Veldora's consciousness stable within imaginary space. Manga library accessible. Estimated time for complete ceil analysis, negligible. Ceil reported. This is going to be so much more efficient, Rimuru mused. Within the vastness of Rimuru's imaginary space, Veldora, now able to manifest a stable, albeit ethereal, form, found himself surrounded by shelves of luminous books. He immediately grabbed one, his eyes glued to the first panel. As he devoured chapter after chapter, a strange sensation began to prick at the edges of his draconic mind. The speed at which Rimuru was analyzing his ceil was impossible. The seamless flow of the manga, tailored precisely to his tastes, felt almost too perfect. He sensed an underlying, unfathomable intelligence at work, an unseen hand guiding Rimuru's every action with flawless precision. Is this the voice of the world? Or something even more profound? Veldora wondered, a flicker of awe and curiosity replacing his usual boredom. This slime, he's truly something else. He shook his head, dismissing the thought for now, and plunged back into the thrilling world of shonen battles. Rimuru, feeling Veldora's internal musings, allowed himself a small, private chuckle. Just a glimpse, Veldora. Just enough to pique your interest. He then turned his attention to the next crucial step. He would soon leave the cave. And then, he would meet Shizue. This time, her tragic fate would be averted, not by a desperate intervention, but by a carefully planned rescue and a unique mentorship. Alright, ceil, Rimuru thought, his resolve firm. Time to prepare for Shizue-san. Let's make sure her new life is truly wonderful. The journey had just begun, but for Rimuru, it was already a masterpiece in the making.